Let's see how it all went down on Thanksgiving Thursday. 41 degrees at kickoff. We had rain this year, the first time rain ever fell during the game. There he is, the MVP of the game last year, Andrew Thomas. 6 catches for 336 yards last year. And then Mitchell Have You, throwing to the rookie Ryan Thompson. Mitchell definitely looking for redemption. The Patriots have won the last 3 games. The Broncos trying to avenge those losses here today, and that was the national anthem before the game. Opening kickoff, why are we showing it to you? It's because the Patriots go on sides. Mitchell Have You busts it over there to get there, just gets onto the ball before his brother John could dive on top of it. So the Broncos have very short field position here. 2nd and 32 plays later, Mitchell Have You going up to the rookie, Ryan Thomason, in the end zone. Looked a lot like 2019, one-play touchdowns. Broncos draw first blood. That is their first lead since the 3rd quarter of 2017. After they forced a punt on 3rd and 26 from his own 10-yard line, Mitchell Have You sails the ball there. So, 3rd and 26, 4th and 26 now on my own 10. Punt it, right? Punt it. Mitchell. Mitchell. He's going for it on 4th and 26. Floats it up here, tipped by Andrew Thomas. The Patriots get the ball at the 10-yard line. Luke Boyd says, yeah, I'll set up shop right there. Good little play here to John Have You. Great job by John Have You to tap the toes here as you'll watch the replay. Luke Boyd gets the defender Chris Roberts to bite like it's going to be a run. Then he flips it to John Have You. Doesn't have to be a spiral, just a little pass. Touchdown Patriots. You cannot make it that easy on the defending champions. Mitchell Have You, next possession, pressured here, throwing, intercepted by John Have You, but there's a big but. We had some laundry on the field. Here's why.
1, 52, 53, 54.
Zach Boyd rushing just a little bit too early, crossing the line of scrimmage before more for Mississippi. And then Mitchell Have You gets the second chance to Jake Boyd. We saw this last year all the time. Jake streaking down the sideline. Great throw by Mitch. John Have You didn't have the angle to tackle him. Jake Boyd in the end zone. He led the Broncos in receiving yards. He led the game actually with 149 yards receiving. Next Patriot possession, they're down on the Broncos' end. Luke Boyd overthrows John Have You. And then 4th and goal we get here. Pressured, throwing incomplete, but we had some laundry on the field. Pass interference on Mitchell Have You. Andrew Thomas did a good job selling this as maybe. So 1st and goal, Luke Boyd just runs it in. Let's flash back for a bit. 5 years ago to the day that the 2020 game was played. 2015 Thanksgiving Day football game. Kyle Goupel taking it to the corner of the end zone. Believe it or not, Ripley's, believe it or not, that was the last time a quarterback ran for a touchdown. Here's Mitchell Have You talking about quarterback rushing. He didn't do this at all last year. Big chunk there. He did it a lot this year. You'll see later. 2nd and goal here for the Broncos. Mitchell pressured by Zach. Throwing to Jake. Same route. Touchdown, Broncos. Jake, that was Jake's 2nd touchdown reception of the day. Just an absolute dart there by Mitchell. So they're up 18-14. 3rd and 4 for the Patriots. On the plus side, Luke throwing it away. Intended for John Have You, so brings up 4th and 4. Then they drew this up. They called a timeout and drew this up in the huddle. John Have You, the motion in. Misses Luke Boyd here. There wasn't really anything there. So the Broncos are getting the ball back. They're up 4 points. They're sitting pretty. Mitchell Have You shedding a layer, now going sleeveless. This was the first wow play of the game to Chris Roberts for a gain of 63. Chris Roberts last year, 515 yards receiving. This year, not quite that much. But this is a big play here. Luke Boyd does a good tackle to stop him short of the end zone. But it wouldn't matter. As Mitchell Have You, little run to the left. Gets in for the score. Zach Boyd was complaining. He's the only one on the field that didn't have cleats. And on a muddy day like that, definitely affected him. Patriots going the other way. Luke Boyd to his old security blanket. Zach Boyd. Good pickup there. 3rd and goal. Luke's going to run it in here to the right pylon. Gets it. And a little bit of extracurricular activity after that play, to say the least. So the Broncos were up 10. Patriots get it back to come within 4 again, 24-20. Mitchell Have You takes it, fakes the run to the right, then goes to the left, gets around Zach. Good tackle by Luke Boyd there, big pickup. 1st and goal for the Broncos. Mitchell Have You going right away to Chris Roberts. He said last year in a rewind, it's better to throw to the receivers at the beginning of the routes, and it paid off there. The Broncos tried to go on sides as they're up 10, taking a shot. The only problem was the ball didn't go the required distance. It needed to go to the 40-yard line. Jake picked it up at around the 37, so Patriots get a short field. John Have throwing, though. Intercepted. Jake Boyd steps in front of it. His first pick since 2018, but he was tackled at their own 2-yard line. So the Broncos are backed way up, but they are up 10, remember. And then Mitchell, now's the time to bobble the snap, huh? Now's the time to bobble the snap. It occurred in the end zone. What does that mean? Intentional grounding. Walk like an Egyptian. Watch me walk like an Egyptian right there. It's a safety. Patriots get 2 points back and the ball. They have a chance to tie this. As you can see, that ball was nowhere in the vicinity of any receivers. So the Patriots have a chance to tie it. They're down 8 at the end of the second quarter. Luke Boyd to Zach. Big gain there. Zach got 142 yards receiving on just 4 catches. No touchdowns, but definitely helped his team a lot. 1st and 30, Luke Boyd tucks it and runs. Look at this juke here from Chris Roberts. Yes, he was not touched. No, he was not touched. Dodging the tackle. This is touch football at its finest there. Luke Boyd, what a move. Highlight play. So the Patriots are able to tie it. Let's go to the last play of the second quarter. What do when they're thinking Hail Mary? You rush nobody. You rush absolutely nobody. And Mitchell does have all day. Watch him stand around here, flip the ball around a bit. Finally, something's going to happen. He throws for Ryan Thomason, batted and incomplete. So let's go to the second half, shall we?
Good.
Patriots with the ball. As remember, they deferred and then went on sides. Luke Boyd throwing quick to John Have. Great job getting the toes in. Patriots now with their first lead since it was 12-8. They're up 37-30. Mitchell Have takes a snap. Play action, read option type thing. Gets it, but it was on 4th and 30. He needed 30 yards. He only picked up 16. Broncos, remember how many times they went for it on 4th down? That might come back to bite him in the end here. Little play action fake, play fake to Andrew Thomas. Design play by the Patriots. Good pickup for the first down. Now later, 3rd and goal. There's a bobble here. It looked like it was a fumble, and Ryan Thomason for the Broncos have recovered, but it was incomplete. Patriots went for a field goal, wouldn't get it, so it really wouldn't matter. Mitchell Have taking a shot here for Ryan Thomason. Ryan struggled a little bit, as did most of the Broncos receivers with the wet conditions. Mitchell Have tucks it. This is how he picks up first down. This was a large part of their offense when the receivers weren't catching much. Mitchell Have to the right side now. Down inside the 10. Another first down. Move the chains. So we got 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Later it's 2nd and goal. Mitchell Have diving air Mitchell. You don't think he wants to win? Unbelievable play. He just full extension in the end zone. Patriots couldn't do anything about it. Broncos back within 1, and then the extra point, and then doink. Off the left upright. Broncos tried to argue that it was leaning, but that's part of the game. That's the way it is. PVC pipe uprights, ladies and gentlemen. 4th and 32. Patriots are punting here on their own end, and ball was tipped, and ball's on the ground. Mitchell Have recovers it at the 50. That could have been recovered by the Patriots. 4th quarter, first play of the first quarter other than the punt. Mitchell Have gets around John Have on the rush, down the left sideline, and he could go all the way. Mitchell Have you seen anything like that? The answer is no. Let's flash back to the previous longest run in the history of Thanksgiving football. Jake Boyd on the last play of 2018 tucked it and ran on a much smaller field for 40 yards. Mitchell Have just did that on the biggest field we'd ever had for 50 yards. Quite impressive. And then the 2-point play, this was important, to try to go up the full 7. Mitchell floats it for Chris Roberts, gets it, and now they're up the full 7. That was the only 2-point play the Broncos picked up all game. Patriots trying to answer now, down a full touchdown. Luke Boyd throwing an interception. When was the last time we said that? Well, stay with me here. Stay with me. Flashback again. 2017, second quarter. Luke Boyd threw a pick here to Andrew Brillinger. Haven't heard that name in a couple of years. Andrew Brillinger, he almost ran it back for what would have been the first pick 6 ever, and Luke Boyd gets a tackle on him there. But that was the last time. His first time in 90 attempts. What a streak, though, was snapped by Mitchell Have on that interception. So the Broncos up 7. They're chilling here. Mitchell taking a shot for Jake. Great defense by John Have. We said it time and time again all day. So 4th and 26. You're up by a touchdown. Midway through the 4th. Why are you going for it? Mitchell Have taking another shot. Knocked down this time by Zach. Also a lot of clutch deflections. So the Patriots, again, with really short field. 2nd and goal. John Have tipped around. Luke Boyd does a spin move yet again. That ball was tipped, and that was to the benefit of the Patriots as the Broncos all came out and tried to tackle him. So they're down. They didn't get the 2 points. They're down 1. 44-43. Mitchell have you with time. Throwing Jake Boyd, and this was the play of the game. We thought would be the play of the game. Tip drill. We're like, wait a minute. How did he catch this? He couldn't have caught this. No way. Yes way. The greatest catch in Thanksgiving Day football game history. Hands down. 4th and 30. Broncos have to go for it here now. Mitchell have you. Another great catch by Jake Boyd. Unfortunately, Mitchell put this one way too far out of bounds. So the Patriots would get it back. They're down 1. Luke Boyd needing to put together a drive. Running left and gets around Mitchell, but a great second effort by Have you to tackle him there. So it's 2nd and 30. Patriots needing at least a field goal to take the lead. Luke Boyd to Andrew Thomas, his former MVP. 3rd and 18. Luke tucks it in and runs. Can't quite get there. Jake Boyd gets the tackle on him at the 5-yard line. So 4th and 3. They elected to go for the touchdown here instead of kicking the field goal. Luke Boyd in the biggest snap perhaps of his life. Running right, nothing. Running left, nothing. Floats it up. Andrew Thomas tipped. Came down with it for the touchdown. I gave him forward progress on that. Look at the replay here. Luke Boyd had absolutely nothing. Make something out of nothing. That's what the great ones do. Two-hand basketball pass. Mitchell have you does a great job to try to strip it away, but to no avail. So the Broncos going the other way. Mitchell under pressure here, literally and figuratively, to Jake Boyd, moving the chains for a first down. Mitchell have you on 1st and 30, made for moments like these. Pumping, throwing, intercepted. John have you, the biggest play of his illustrious career. With the interception with under a minute to go, the Broncos did have all 3 timeouts. What do the Patriots need to close out this game? How about some quality play by the punter? The punter! Zach Boyd gets a beauty away. Never underestimate how much of a game changer a punt like that can be. Unbelievable. Punters are game changers too. John Avu covering this one up here inside the 3-yard line. The Broncos needed to go 97 yards. Now with under 20 seconds left, Ryan Thomason now in at QB. Almost had Jake here. Would have been a big gain. They had 1 timeout to spare. Would have been able to stop it and then get within more realistic Hail Mary range, as now Mitchell Have you has no choice but to send his receivers the length of the field. Jake Boyd does a good job here trying to clear out the rush. Give Mitchell time to look for Roberts and Thomason downfield as he stepped into this pass, and he just didn't have enough. Luke Boyd tips it, and that is the way the Patriots repeat for the 4th year in a row as Thanksgiving champions, 51-44 in a dramatic 4th quarter win.